garbled version of Champions there. Right, we're back on the air, I think. I think we are. Anyway.
We are.
The meeting's being recorded by the host or participant. Got it. Hi.
There he is.
I'm sorry, I was busy. You know how it goes.
Really? Doing what though?
I was just playing guitar for a few people out there. Are you okay with being on Bright TV? Just checking.
I'd be more than happy to be on Bright TV.
Do you want to say hello to my my dear friends in the Bry Army?
This is an honour. This is such an honour. Hi everyone on Bright TV. This is great. Where's the guitar gone?
The guitar's right over there. I can do something with it if you want, but we should probably talk, yeah?
I'd never turn down that opportunity. Maybe we can reach for that a little bit later on.
Yeah, sure.
Let's get going. We've got so much to talk about. We're going to record a bit for Gold Breakfast. Here we go.
Very good.
It's Gold Breakfast, and it is so good to be chatting to Brian May again, especially this early in the morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir. Yeah, it is a little bit early for me. But probably for you, it's fine.
Can I ask you this question? I mean, you know, by all means, make me jealous. What time do you normally get up in the morning?
It's very variable. I usually get to bed about 4 a.m, so I don't tend to get up in the morning unless I have to. But my missus normally has stuff to do, so I'm kind of aware from about 9 in the morning, so I probably don't sleep that much. But I'll kind of doze and then I'll get up and get on the bike. That's what I do, because I find if I don't get on the bike immediately, the static bike, you know, to do me exercises, and that starts my day. But yeah, I'm not really functional till about midday, to be honest, mostly.
Oh, I'm not surprised if you get in bed at 4 o'clock.
Yeah. I don't get enough sleep.
Then the wife gets up first thing and wakes you up.
Yeah, but
I remember last time we spoke, you told me that you had the idea to re-release your solo material. During lockdown. It was during lockdown.
That's right. I discovered I didn't have a record company and didn't have a deal, and nobody could hear my music. So yeah, it was a project, and I'm very excited to say it's all happening now. I have my Bry series happening, my Gold series. I have the T-shirt even.
You've got our name on there too. I like that. That's
Gold, of course. What could be better?
Well, it's time for the second one to take the line.
Yeah.
Another World.
Which is this one?
This is 24 years old.
Yeah, 1998 it came out, and to a very different audience and a very different world, I must say. But I'm finding, having gone back in there and remastered it and also rescued some lost tracks for the second CD, I'm finding it's me, and it feels as fresh as ever, so I feel very comfortable putting it out. I'm proud of it, because I think, you know, the work in it is very honest, and I reached deep inside my soul to make these tracks. So I'm very happy that it'll be out there on things like Spotify and Apple Music and where it is. I don't really understand these things. But, you know...
You mentioned that, and that's all well and good, but I also love the fact that it's on every format, including CD, cassette, and you've just held up for us in front of the camera, the vinyl.
I love my vinyl. Yeah.
That's
really quite like the vinyl, yeah.
And then there's a coloured vinyl as well, isn't there?
There is, you know about this, in the box set, in this box set here, which I can unbox for you. Yeah, I love this, yeah. I mean, I love the feel of it.
I don't know what it is about vinyl. Is it the nostalgia, or is it the sound?
I think it's everything. It's a lot. It's the perfume of the vinyl. It's the feel of it and the sound of it. I mean, we're analog creatures. We're not digital creatures. There's something about analog which is very harmonious with our spirits. You know. Now I'm a scientist. I shouldn't be talking airy-fairy stuff to you, but you know, there is something about analog because it's smooth. It doesn't have those sharp edges like digital does. This is the vinyl here. And just unboxing here, and this is the pride and joy of the box set.
Oh, look at that! I'm looking at a beautiful.
Yeah, you don't get many of them these days.
Copy of the album. That is something special.
And on your record player, it will sound better than the CD. There's no doubt in my mind. There's somehow it affects your sensory organs in a different way, and you never get tired of vinyl. You notice that if you put a few records in. Yeah, you just sort of sit there all night and hear that stuff. CD, after a while, I think you kind of had enough. Anyway, that's my theory.
I think and also it's that connection to childhood memories as well. Do you remember what the first vinyl was that you ever went out and bought with your own money?
Probably with my dad's money, but it was Lonnie Donegan, Rock Island Line. Lonnie Donegan's Rock Island Line. Lonnie was a big influence on me. Skiffle.
Yeah.
was the kind of, I don't think people talk about skiffle much these days, but it was a thing which came in derived from American blues, and it was just acoustic guitars and makeshift instruments like a washboard and thimbles and a T-chest bass. So every kid on the block could pick it up, the guitar, strum a few chords and play skiffle. So that's how I started. That was the thing for me. You know, Lolly Donegan was great. He was channeling artists like Leadbelly into England. It's the very beginning of the blues coming into England. Later on, of course, you've got Eric Clapton channeling B.B. King and Buddy Guy and all those people. And there's a continuous kind of influx. Then you've got Jimi Hendrix, all hail Jimi Hendrix, you know. And the guitar came to England. But England has really embraced the guitar pretty well, from the Yardbirds onwards.
Yeah. Definitely.
I
I remember I had some Lolly Donegan on yellow vinyl back in the day.
Oh, that's probably worth something.
I need to dig that out again. I
Yeah.
definitely need to dig that out again.
Well, that's
But
great.
back to your album. Let's talk about one of the biggest legends in the business.
Light album. He's the most inspiring guy in the world. At a time when I didn't have very much confidence, I'm losing Freddie, I'm losing my dad, I'm losing my career, I'm losing my marriage, and I'm very insecure. I don't even know if I have anything to offer anymore. Cozy comes along and goes, right boy, you got it, you know, I'm right behind you, your stuff is brilliant, and we're going to do this together. So he became my partner in creating music. Went round the world, we toured that first album together, and then we came back to make this album, and halfway through he killed himself on he lost control of his car on the motorway due to a burst tyre, I think. He was an expert driver, he could have been a rally driver. So it's very, very sad to lose Cozy. So I dedicated this album to him, but I finished it off with some other drummers, one of whom was the wonderful Taylor Hawkins, who plays on Side.
Who was very young and just starting out when he worked with you.
Just a boy. He just joined the Foo Fighters, and we were friends. He was the arch Queen fan. I don't know if you know, but he knew more about Queen than we did. Again, so supportive. I think Taylor Hawkins single-handedly made us cool again in America, you know, just by liking us so much. And he knew everything we'd ever done, and was inspired by what we'd done. Anyway, he came into my studio, played on the track, gave me lots of, you know, the kind of physical and mental and spiritual support that you need. Cracked it. I mean, it's an amazing track, I think, Cyborg, with his input. And he's gone now. So, you know, that was a crushing blow a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't believe that he's gone. Just a wonderful guy. So, you know, life is weird. You never know what's around the corner, do you?
But it's nice to, you know, it's a great time to get this album out there, you know, with those two guys on there. And also a nice spoken tribute by you to Cozy on the bonus disc as well.
Yeah, I found that. We were looking through the archives and I found it, and I thought, yeah, I'd still like to say that about Cozy, because he's really the main reason that I got through that time musically. And one of the world's greatest drummers of all time, one of the creators of rock drumming as such, as we know it. Him and Bonzo, Keith Moon, Carl Minor-Peace, between those guys, they defined what rock drumming is. Roger will tell you the same thing. Roger's done a pretty good job of defining it since. Roger's done pretty damn well. Yeah.
Who else? The Governor, Jeff Beck's on the album too.
Jeff, yes, another of my heroes. I wrote the track about him, and he kind of didn't believe it. He went, no. I said, yeah, Jeff, it's about you. Said, but don't think about that, just play. And he came to my studio, and basically when Jeff's in the room, I kind of watch. my jaw drops, and I don't generally try to play with him because he's incredible. I don't know what comes out of those fingers, but to me he's one of the great masters of the rock guitar ever in the universe. And this track is a tribute to him. He's the Governor.
God, you must be so proud of this album. I mean,
I love it.
Looking through all of these names, and then this is great. I love that there's a cover of a Mott the Hoople track on there, all the way from Memphis.
Yeah.
And I love the story behind this because you guys toured with Mott the Hoople.
We did. They were our introduction to the world, really. We were young boys with great dreams and a few songs, and a bit of an idea of, you know, sort of dream of how we would kind of treat the stage presence and whatever. But we go out and tour with Mott the Hoople, and they are the archetypal rock band. They know how to handle an audience. They know how to connect. They live the rock lifestyle on and off stage. So we toured the UK with them. Great fun, had a laugh. And we went down well with their audiences. And they were very kind to us, I've got to say, because not every headline band, when they have a support band like we were, the opening act, they don't always give them a sound check. They don't always treat them well. These guys did. They were always nice to us. And they invited us to tour America as well. So out we went to the States, all around the States, and did the same thing. And every night, when they broke into All the Way from Memphis, it was a riot, and that's an inspiration to a young rock band as we were. We just thought, yeah, that's kind of where we're at, that's where we need to be. So it starts
with Ian Hunter as well. On
Ian Hunter, yeah. I stole his vocal from a live album, but I talked to him on the phone and I said, "You okay with this, Ian?" He went, "Yeah." He said, "I'm very pleased." And I mean, Ian never says very much. He's a man of a few words, but he's a great writer. And this is a great rock song, I think, All the Way from Memphis. About a guy losing his guitar on the road. It's very real. But there's a thing. If you listen to the original All the Way from Memphis, which was a hit. It's a studio version, it's piano based, and it's quite light. It doesn't really make you go, argh! But live, he would go ding, 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 and then the band would smash into it, and Luther Grosvenor, Ariel Bender, as he was on guitar, would be monstrous. That was a great inspiration to me, so I wanted to recreate that feeling on this track by making it really rock, really heavy. And it's the story of a
Speaking of inspirations, I mean, didn't you once say that you wanted to make a whole album of cover versions dedicated to your hero?
Yeah, that was what this was going to be. It started off as a Heroes album. Yeah, that's why I have a Buddy Holly track, which is on the second CD now. That's why I have Jimi Hendrix track, One Rainy Wish. And then some things happened which dragged me into the present day. I got some jobs. I got a job to do a TV series soundtrack, which gave birth to The Business on this album, and also On My Way Up. I got a job to do music for a film called Sliding Doors, write the theme tune for it, and I wrote Another World, so that's my album title right there. In the end, it's a long story, but they didn't use my track, and I was gutted, and it was because of contractual reasons, but I thought, well, I have the track, and the track has come from the film, but it's also come from inside me. It's the way I feel about the world, how the world could be, how things are in my head compared with how they are out there. So Another World became my theme, and the album was no longer just a covers album. Very much an album that's influenced by my heroes, though, still.
Like Buddy Holly. You once said Buddy Holly is the reason you're a rock star.
Yeah, I'd still stand by that. Yeah.
Well, true, obviously. So who introduced you to Buddy Holly then? And how did that all happen?
I think I first heard Oh Boy, their first hit on Radio Luxembourg. Spooky kind of harmonies and Buddy's voice, and it just spoke to me. I thought, that's what I want to do. This is giving me shivers up my spine. This is making me feel like life has excitement at its core. This is something which is touching my soul. That's what I want to do. And I remember so clearly the night I was there with my little headphones under my covers, and the announcement came, Buddy Holly was killed today in an air crash. I remember feeling this terrible pain in my heart, and I didn't know the guy, but he was my hero, and I rushed downstairs and told my mum and dad, and they were like, "Oh, you love this guy, right?" I went, yeah. And I was in tears, and Buddy Holly, in I think really 2 years of his recording career, changed the world. I still love that stuff. That's why I did Maybe Baby on this album. Love that track.
So good. And we're going to play that in just a second.
Cool.
It's honestly, it's such a fantastic version of that song. We've got to talk about there's the album, but then there's a book as well, Another World, the Bry Art Collection.
I nearly forgot. Yeah, it's here.
We've got to talk about this. Now, look, for you, knowing what you're like, I can imagine for you, it's probably quite a weird experience flicking through 300 pictures that artists have painted and such the like of you.
I know, it's quite strange, and I never thought I would be doing this, but it's something which has grown up, and in the beginning I felt kind of guilty encouraging it. They call it fan art, and people draw pictures of you. They also draw pictures of what you're trying to say, and and I did encourage it, and I thought, these people are all great artists, and they're struggling artists. They're artists who want to be heard, so I can help. So I started posting them on my Instagram, and they started supporting the work that I'm doing. So that's what you see here. This is all themed on Another World, on the album. It takes up the themes of what the songs are about. And my dear friend Sarah Rugg is one of the artists, and she published a book of her art for the first album. For this one, she curated 130 different artists and compiled them onto the book. And it's beautiful. I cannot believe it. So to me, it's a great testimony to what's going on in my life, because these days, I'm not just a guy who plays guitar and walks away. I'm a guy who sort of sings and plays and whatever, but I interact. I like to hear back from people. I love to hear from musicians. I love to see their art, read their poetry. And
I mean, your Instagram following has gone through the roof.
Yeah, it's because it became interactive, and it's because there was no other way of being a musician at the time. I couldn't get out to play gigs. I couldn't even get to my studio in the lockdown time. All I had was my guitar at home and a little tiny amp and Instagram. So I thought, I will take to Instagram. That will be my platform. And the interaction was just great. I had this thing, Hashmark Jam with Bry, and people would add their own bits to it. They would sing to it. They would play to it. And it became a thing. I just loved it. It's changed my life, absolutely, for sure.
The book's good, they've really captured you well. There's a couple in there where you're clutching the guitar and there are lightning bolts all around you, and you've just got that look of passion on your face, that a rock star has when they're in the moment, and they've just captured that brilliantly.
Yeah.
There's even a knitted Brian in there as well.
There is, yeah. With me and Jimmy, with the sort of the spirit of Jimi Hendrix behind me. There's so many beautiful shots. So yeah, I love it. So it kind of immortalizes it. I mean, this is kind of how I want to look. You see, I wish I was this hero here.
Yeah. Oh no, but that is you. Honestly.
Well, this is what I like to
you.
be.
We all know and love, Brian. That's fantastic.
This I love. This is a lovely kind of style that this lady has. Something completely different. Everything's different. And then there's some
It's so fascinating, but it's great. And by the way, plus it's all for charity too, right? It's going.
All the profits from this will go to Save Me, our charity, which looks after wild animals in this country, or tries to look after wild animals in the face of a lack of help from the government. Yeah, this is what we do. It's for Save Me.
So go and buy it, because A, it's great. There's some fantastic pictures in there, and B, it all goes to help wild animals, which is just amazingly fantastic.
By the way, you won't. You won't get this on Amazon. You have to go to the London Stereo website to get it.
Gotcha.
It's a kind of private thing. But it's all on my slink on Instagram. If you want, click on my slink in my bio on Instagram. Right? See, I know all these terms now. I'm a 21st century boy now.
I don't know how you do. I don't.
Honestly, I struggle. I don't find it that easy. I can do it. It's like driving a car. If you look under the bonnet, you freak. I can just about handle Instagram.
It's great. Look, I know we don't have a lot of time, but you did say you got the guitar there. Do we have a quick moment?
You want to do that?
Do we have a quick moment?
Yeah, I can turn you around. My little studio here.
That would be the way to go here.
This is not the
Picking
guitar.
up the guitar now.
This is actually one of the ones we make, and I have my little tiny amp here. Can you see that? Oh,
I can't believe that. What a great way to start the weekend. The amp's plugged in. Can we have a few more hours, please?
Yeah, we do some more.
By the way, you haven't forgotten God Save the Queen, have you?
I haven't forgotten it. I don't think I'm going to be doing it in the near future. I did that, didn't I? I don't want to do that again. I might do something else.
Oh, I've been hearing these rumours that you could be at the big party later on this summer. It might happen. That's what you're saying.
I've been hearing rumours. I've been hearing those rumours. You never know, do you?
If somebody doesn't deny something, that normally means there's some kind of level of truth behind it. Oh, do you know what? It's honestly, it's always such a pleasure to catch up with you.
Thank you. I've
Thank you
enjoyed
so
it.
much for spending some time with us this morning. All the very best on the album, and we can't wait to see you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. And I'll talk to you soon.
I can't wait to put that vinyl on the turntable. Take care. All the
Right.
best.
God bless. Bye now. That was exciting. Exciting for me anyway. Get a bit overexcited. I'd like you to know, if you're coming to my launch, I'm okay. I just thought we're asking everybody to test, because it's still out there and people are still dying from it. Don't get complacent, really don't, because it's not pleasant. I've had it. It's not nice. Most of us it doesn't kill, thank God, but just be careful out there, okay? I tell you what, if you give me 5 minutes to change my t-shirt, I'll come back and we could do some Q&A live, if you want to do that, before lunch. How about that? So if you want to talk to me, come back in about 5 minutes, okay? And I'll see if I can dial in and do some dialogues, okay? God bless. Bye!